What's up, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. For the one who doesn't know me, my name is Genesis, and this is my first video talking about other things that's not my business. This is about my personal life, difficult issues that I'm going through right now, and the reason why I've decided to make a channel separate from my business is because I found out that I was pregnant. And to be honest, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't put my personal life and stuff like that out there. But why the reason why I did it is for the ones who doesn't know, I have a 5-year-old boy, and I found out with him that I had preeclampsia and HELLP syndrome when I was pregnant. Now, preeclampsia and HELLP syndrome are conditions in pregnancy where it has to do with the placenta. The kid can really receive oxygen and stuff like that from the mother. So it's like a malfunction of the placenta, and also that the placenta release toxins and stuff like that in your body, which can be really dangerous and fatal for you and the baby if not treated in time. My first pregnancy was really traumatic, really traumatic, and I kept asking myself and ask God, like, why I'm really young. My family doesn't have any history of preeclampsia. The symptoms of preeclampsia is that you get super high blood pressure, dangerously high, you get headache, you get blurry vision, and if not treated, it can be really fatal for you and the baby. It can lead to death. And HELLP syndrome is when you develop organ failure. For example, you get problems with your kidneys, you get a lot of protein in your urine. That is also part of preeclampsia. You get organ failure, like I said, problems with your kidneys, with your liver, with your heart, with your brain, and the bad thing is that it can also affect the baby. The baby will stop growing. Some people experience a stillbirth where the baby die in their belly. It was a really traumatic experience, really traumatic experience. I was scared to death. I was scared to sleep because I was scared to die in my sleep. It was every day a bad news. The pain, and not only that, it leaves you with a lot of issue after giving birth. And fortunately, me and my baby, we came out good. He's healthy. I have a 5-year-old boy. I'm super happy. My health was not really good because I had also postpartum preeclampsia, where I had to go to the emergency room a couple of times. I got dehydrated, and also because my son was in the NICU, I was suffering. I just couldn't. I just didn't know how to go through the pain or that feeling every time I see him with all those things connected, or that he can't feed, that I can't feed him, like just like normal baby and stuff like that. It was really tough. I hold myself a lot of times not to cry, and the way I went through that pain was just like avoidance, especially the first days. I tried to avoid seeing him all the time. I tried to avoid to cry, and just keeping the pain inside, and that also didn't help me as well. That also kind of made me worse, and little by little I had to talk to myself, help myself go through that pain, and tell myself that I'm not guilty, because I felt really guilty. I felt like a super bad mom. I was questioning, like, why can other women give birth and nothing happens? Why my child? Maybe I'm not a good person to give birth and stuff like that. So it was a really dark place that I was in, a really painful place that I didn't share with nobody. I didn't feel like no one could understand what I was going through. and that made me also scared to give birth to. It was a really tough time. The only person that was with me was my sister, because my husband, he couldn't be there on time because he had to work, and yeah, we didn't plan for the kid to come out that early and stuff like that. So yeah, we wanted more kids afterwards, but after everything I went through, I was really traumatized. I didn't want no, like, I wanted more kids, but then when I think about what happened, then I would get really scared. Then this year, after all those years, I found out that I was pregnant. I'm not going to lie, and I know a lot of mothers that went through the same traumatic experience as I did understand. What I'm going to say, my reaction was, oh my gosh, I can't have this kid. I'm going to abort. I can't have this kid. I'm going to die. I'm going to leave my son behind. Like, who's gonna take care of my son? So it was like a lot of things, a lot of thoughts, and I started to cry. I started to feel so bad, and I remember keeping it from my husband because I didn't know yet what I was going to do. So then, it was like God, for some reason, I was crying and I was asking God, like, I know it's not your will. I know it's not you to talk about abortion and stuff like that. I know it's a sin, but I need help. I'm not mentally prepared. I'm not good. I'm reviving everything that I went through, and I'm not okay. I can't do this. And for some reason, I felt like the strength, and at that moment, my husband opened the door and he saw I was crying. Then he came to me and he told me, baby, what happened? And he hugged me and stuff like that, and I didn't say anything. I just showed him the pregnancy test. He was feeling a bit bad because of the previous trauma I had, but he was so happy. Like, he was so happy. Like, his happiness kind of shocked me. I don't know. It kind of changed my mind for like a split second. I said, I can't. What are we going to do? I can't. And he said, yes, you can. I'll be here with you every step. I'll be with you. Nothing is going to happen. We're going to do everything that's necessary for you to have a good pregnancy. So I was really emotional, but then I kind of felt like better. I kind of felt relieved. I kind of felt like it wasn't only him talking to me, but also God, for some reason, because I was praying that moment. And I said, maybe this time I won't have it, because there are 20 to 80% of chance that you might have it again. Depends on how severe it was. In my case, it was really severe, but at that moment, I just wanted to think that I was in that group that didn't have it again for the second time. So I said, I'm gonna try to see if I can go through it. So we made an appointment with Flevo Ziekenhuis, which is a hospital in Almere, and we went there. I didn't get the appointment immediately, which ended up freaking me out as well. I started to cry, like all that. But then I spoke to my sister, and she spoke to me and said, relax, your body was made for this. Pray a lot, talk to God, and you can do it. And also, the reason why I didn't get an appointment immediately was because I was only 6 weeks pregnant, and they couldn't really see exactly what's like the baby or stuff like that. So I got an appointment at my 8 weeks. Then the moment I saw the echo of the baby, I kind of felt good. I felt good, but I didn't felt connected and excited like a lot of mothers do. And then when I had an appointment in my 11 weeks, the baby was. Then I had an appointment with my midwife, and I explained all the situation, and they made like a plan for me. They gave me aspirin. I started to take aspirin on my 7 weeks. I also asked for a maternal fetus specialist, but they said it wasn't necessary, so which ended up made me pissed. But yeah, then oh yeah, they gave me also calcium, 1,000 milligrams to help with the preeclampsia stuff. I was also taking prenatal vitamin, which is the Seeking Health. I'm gonna like put it somewhere to show you guys. It is one of the best prenatal vitamins ever. Unfortunately, I stopped using it for a while because, or at least the chewables, because it had like a taste that I couldn't deal with it. It is because in my first trimester I had a lot of nausea, like really bad nausea, and I was most of the time on my bed sleeping and stuff like that. So the smell. So I decided to stop for a little bit and try another one, which I'm also gonna list somewhere here. And yeah, that's how it went. After a couple of days, I started to feel like headache, and I checked my blood pressure, and I started to notice that I had high blood pressure, like 130s, 140, on 92 and stuff like that. And I remember getting really scared. I had like pain all on this side, on the right side, on like here to my head. And I remember crying so much. Like I remember crying. I remember just feeling like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen again. This is going to happen again. I called for help and stuff like that. They told me to relax, that it's too early to have preeclampsia, that it can develop after the 16 or 20 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So that made me more uncomfortable because I'm like, but nobody's gonna do nothing to help me. But then I tried to relax myself and having it coming down, and I remember crying, feeling so bad. I remember praying and asking God, why, like, you allowed me to have this kid. I don't have a family history of this. Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I felt like I had an experience, and maybe he wanted me to share it. He wanted me to spread the awareness. He wanted me to help other people with every experience he's given me. And I'm telling you, I'm a girl that went through a lot in my life. I went through multiple traumatic experiences. I went through so much, and I overcame so much. I've come a long way, and I never share my experiences or my traumas with nobody. I always keep quiet, or I had situations where I could help other people, other girls with almost similar situation that I went through. But for some reason, I just chose to be quiet. A lot of things that I went through sets me apart from a lot of girls my age. And a moment I felt bad because I felt like God was upset with me because I went through so much and I overcame so much. And I never share my story and never help others with nothing. Just focusing on myself, make sure I'm okay. And I felt with this experience, with this preeclampsia, I felt like it was time for me to start sharing something to help other moms. Like, a lot of times we ask God to help us with a lot of things, but the question he's asking us is, what are you doing to help others? What are you doing in return? How are you helping others? How are you helping my other children with your experiences? And I said, you know what? He helped me once with this problem, but I didn't do anything about it. I just shared that, yeah, I had preeclampsia, this and that, but I never did anything to help others. other moms. And I felt like this, with this pregnancy, it was time for me to do it. I felt like it was time for me to start giving back to the world. It was time for me to show God's hand in my life. And that's why I said, you know what, I know I'm not a person that really talks about my personal life. I don't like it, especially on social media and stuff like that, but it's time for me to start documenting everything I'm going through. Talk about my first pregnancy, and my second pregnancy. What did I do wrong with my first, and how I'm preventing to go through the same thing with my second. You can't prevent preeclampsia, but you can do a lot of things to kind of help it not showing up, or at least help yourself to be in a good place mentally where you can handle the situation better. And that's why my channel is here, to help other moms overcome this trauma, and to tell you that our body is made to bring life, and that we can overcome this. It doesn't matter what happened, we can overcome this. We have a Father that walks with us, that's with us, that fight for us. Pray every day and ask God to, the blood of Jesus, to cover you from the enemy attack and stuff like that. So this was it for this video. I think I'm gonna talk more about what you can do to help prevent it, or at least help in the next video, because I've spoken enough in this one. So guys, remember, this channel is for especially you women. This channel is for you. You're going through preeclampsia, you went through preeclampsia, you're planning to have another kid, or you're pregnant again, and you need someone just to listen to your story. You need someone to relate to and look up to. You can always come to this channel. You can send me a message, and we can support each other. It's not an easy road. It's not guaranteed that you won't have it again. I won't tell you that, but at least we can be here for each other and help each other overcome this horrible condition. So guys, take care of yourself, and see you in the next video.